Welcome everybody back. Earthbound Season 20 with another round match tonight. Our bracket. I've got Smet didn't show up. I got Daniel joining me, but it was a little bit of an audible. So Daniel actually say some things if I patch him in. I don't see the Discord bar. That's but now nobody. Now just like I'm talking to nobody. So one moment, I think I know you. Is
maybe I should keep saying words so you can keep checking to see.
say it now?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
saying words now.
Okay, I saw the line move up in Discord, so, or in OBS. So. Oh, I'm cutting in and out. I bet my Discord thing, or my sense.
I mean, maybe. You know, I definitely hear myself. Maybe I'm a little bit low, but I definitely did just hear myself when I was listening to the stream.
Alright,
So I'm gonna mute the stream now.
Okay, cool. Maybe I've turned you up. Make sure.
That's right. So I don't get audio. So I'll
Just a little on the fly stuff we're doing right now, but I think we're good as long as everyone like gauge chat. Can everyone be heard correctly? Can everyone be Daniel say stuff?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should keep saying stuff so that
Yeah. Okay.
fixing the audio.
Just
levels.
quiet.
But
Okay, Daniel.
I think it was a little bit quiet. I might be a little bit mumbly right now, but
No
I think
worries.
we should be getting better and better soon.
Alrighty.
So
I'm gonna
yeah,
go ahead and start the racers for start. Yes, I do want to do that.
Yeah, go for
Okay.
it. Let's get this race started. Let's get this race underway.
So we've got Attack, Slug, and Temple here tonight. Very strong lineup of racers. I mean, we're pretty far in the bracket now, so both racers should be pretty strong in most regards.
Yeah, it's really fun to see in the Ancient Game tournament. Temple, a long time classic, often goes very, very far into the tournament. He's a veteran runner. He's extremely strong. And Slug normally has a PK Scramble background, but she picked up Ancient Cave pretty recently and has been really killing it. And I'm not surprised, honestly, because this is like Ancient Cave really rewards just like casual game knowledge a lot more than Scramble does, I would say.
That's 100%.
Yeah, so it's just like you need to be able to walk into a room, identify it instantly, like, oh, I know exactly where in the game I am, so you know exactly how many doors there are and stuff like that. Like, that's really important to identify. And so both these runners are exceptional at that. So I think they're like evenly matched, you know.
Agreed. Both runners definitely have a lot of experience in Earthbound. They've been playing it for quite a while. We know Temple, of course. I believe Temple is the running champion for AC from last year. So definitely a monster to go up against.
I think it was either Temple or IQ.
I believe Temple did. I believe that was the finals. I think Temple did actually bring it home last year.
I can't remember. I definitely know IQ has won before. I think I would argue that Temple and IQ are probably the two strongest runners, but you know,
Definitely.
This is, I believe, the losers bracket. So
definitely, and IQ actually just got sent to the losers bracket himself the other day. So.
Yeah, we have some stronger. Like, there's always someone stronger every year. AC is it's so sick.
I agree. It's especially with Ancient Cave. I feel like out of the two randomizers, I mean, no offense to my Scramble players, having played both, I definitely think Ancient Cave is harder to kind of like wrap your head around and good at.
I would argue Ancient Cave is way more punishing.
Agreed.
Because you can get yourself into some real rough situations, and I think Scramble, you know, for the most part, as long as you're using the balance flags, obviously there are like unfair modes, like Pokey's Choice and stuff like that.
That's true.
For Scramble, like you can really truly, like, honestly, it'd be sick if we did a Pokey's Choice tournament.
It would be quite interesting. I don't know how fair that would be, but it would definitely be funny.
I think it's like you can recreate some of because I think Ancient Cave can be just that punishing, same style of punishing.
True.
Like you can get just some pretty brutal like freeze resistant things. You're like, oh no, this is bad.
Yeah, we saw some of those things in our tournament. We see that almost every other tournament. I feel like freeze at the end of the game, pretty much ruining your day.
Yeah, it can be rough. There's certain bosses that they get freeze resistant, and you're like, this is the worst day.
Yeah,
you freeze resistant Diamond Dog.
Yep.
Freeze resistant Diamond Dog. You're just like, oh please.
What do I do? That's when you really got to start thinking, because it's like, well, the usual way to get out of this, the usual Earthbound way to get out of this is not going to work. So.
It's MBRs or get out.
Yep. Some other.
It's a hard gear check. MBRs or get out, and honestly, it's just so scary.
Yeah, but it definitely can be rough. Then you're left with the option of either going around or finding said MBRs.
MBR.
Yeah.
And they could just be anywhere. I found MBRs on floor 2. And I'm like, oh come on, I don't have money.
That dude does not care. A little bit about what we're seeing right now. For those unfamiliar with the Ancient Cave format, it is a randomizer of vanilla Earthbound, where every single room tile is split up into a long chain of randomized all the way sequentially up until the end, where Gygas sits 9 floors, Gygas at the 9th floor, and 8 bosses in which can be any mix of sanctuary bosses or regular enemies, leaning towards sanctuary bosses at the end and regular enemies.
Yeah, there can be some pretty lax scaling and some pretty rough scaling on that. So sometimes you can get some pretty easy seeds where even like the 4th sanctuary is like a taxi, and you're like, this is surprising.
Yeah, that is quite funny.
And then like the 8th sanctuary is like Master Bar or like Electrospector or something like that. You know, those are like the lax ones, and then the harsh ones are just like, yeah, you know, you got Diamond Dog on floor 7. You got
Ness's Nightmare.
Yeah, you got Ness's Nightmare right there too. You got Starman Deluxe maybe kind of sitting there.
Yeah, that one's kind of annoying too. Kind of a sleeper. Not as annoying as the top.
He's a sleep. Yeah, those top 2 are rough. Starman Deluxe is sometimes rough.
Yeah, he can be dealt with a lot easier. But
yes, absolutely. But he does have a psychic shield, so
that's the annoying thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get around that somehow. But the
Flagset... I was gonna talk about the Flagset because I don't know if anyone's noticed, but all these enemies are polyhedrons, and so the Flagset is oops all diamonds. So it's hard. Normally a big part of Ancient Cave is you can tell the sort of progression when you do some of these skips. I think they're still on floor 1, unfortunately, so they haven't had a chance to see floor skips, but
yeah, definitely great.
You know,
we got Grapefruit Falls, Giant Step, and on kind of long there.
Yeah, the sludge being like sewer rooms like this technically there's a lot of doors in here, but they take so long to move through.
If you have to backtrack through, especially floor 1, we don't really have a lot of means for like running around, making saves, guessing, and then like backtracking that way. You kind of just have to sludge through it.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know, regarding the Flagset, usually you can tell the scaling of what floor you're on. Around on floor 1, so they'd be fighting enemies around a net. So you can see that in the battle, these are like coiled snakes, crows. You might find some sharks here and there. Sharks are a sign that you're going the right way, generally. But usually you'd be able to identify them on the overworld. You don't want to get into a fight with all of them because eventually when you get strong enough, it's just a waste of time. They're not really giving you that much XP. So it's harder to identify what floor you're on when you do a skip now because everything is going to be a diamond. You have to get into a fight to take a chance to see what the enemy is. And there's some rough enemies that you definitely like to avoid too.
Absolutely, and you literally have no idea. At least on floor 1, you can pretty much assume it's not going to be anything threatening.
Yeah, and you can still kind of tell because they'll still spawn in like the number of packs that they would normally spawn at, I believe. So like slugs, there would be like 4 diamonds. It'd be like a crazy amount of diamonds, probably. Because it's still gonna try and spawn 4 enemies. They're just gonna be diamonds. I'm pretty sure. So you'd be able to tell what the enemies are based on how many diamonds join the fight. You know, if you get into a fight and like 4 diamonds all pull up, you're like, oh, these are slugs.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, I mean, it still just feels bad. Especially, I've seen some rooms with this all diamonds flag where it's like see 10 diamonds on screen. Like it gets a little daunting to even want to attack that at all. We'll see. Attack Slug is a bit stuck in the sewers right now, as we were mentioning earlier.
Yeah, they're. I've seen this. They're going in circles right now because I've seen this loop from Temple twice and Slug twice now as well. This Grapefruit Falls and walking through the Summers, like hotel entrance or whatever, or shop. Like I've seen this loop so many times.
So
we're
probably
so curious.
Yeah, I wonder if it's.
I'm curious what there's like this really obscure bottlenecked path.
That's what I was
resolution
thinking. One
here.
door, no skips.
There's one door somewhere. Yeah, Slug's back in the sewer room.
She's thinking.
And she knows. She knows. She sees it because she came out on the other side of it.
She's like, why am I here again?
She's like, this is the worst. Okay, Temple moving through the
wait, this looks
mayors.
new,
I think this is new. This is new.
Yep.
I think Temple found it. Oh, he hasn't found this present. He hasn't found this present. This is progress. All right. We got a lot of doors now. It should be opening up. You should be able to figure out soon. Oh no.
Starman base.
He has the eraser, but he has the eraser.
Actually,
he did pick one up. I saw it. Yeah, look, he has one.
That's amazing.
So this is a skip right here.
Skip happen?
This is a floor 1 skip. Isn't there supposed to be no skips on floor 1?
No, there is. You just can't go to floor 2. That's the only restriction on floor 1 skips. You can have skips.
I see. Okay, so Temple now in unknown territory. Cold Remedy could be from anywhere.
That's true.
And Onet is a big hub, unfortunately. All right, we got some diamonds, so we might get some info here.
Looks like okay, so it looks like 3 enemies.
So this floor 3. This could be floor 3 or 4.
Definitely on the table there. Yep.
Yeah. So kind of an okay skip, but definitely I would be surprised if this was floor 5. I guess technically it would be possible, but I'd be really surprised. But unfortunately, yeah, Temple's resetting. He just didn't want to take the death.
Bit of an unfortunate fight there. He was just trying to get some intel, explore around on that a little bit. But
there was only Cold Remedy
definitely
there.
Ruined him, but he had the save right next to this. So.
Yeah, he did save.
Diamond waiting for him right here.
He definitely wants to take this skip because, like, even though it's like not a big skip in terms of like a floors, it's easy to find an enemy that you can just like that might give you a ton of experience really fast. If you find something that just dies to freeze.
Which those ghosts do die to freeze pretty fast, except not when they're repaired.
Yeah, it was a rough fight. It was like 2 zombies and a ghost. So like.
And Tim will have a bit of a gatekeeper here on his way up.
Meanwhile, Slug actually just found the boss of the first floor, so we actually get to see what this boss is. A duck. It's a duck. Oh, Temple's a duck! Yo!
She fought Temple!
She fought Temple! This is symbolic! Oh my god, Earthbound has been doing this.
But we're gonna see 4th floor. Okay, so definitely a decent skip.
Playground of Doom, Ness's Nightmare, and Carbon Dog. Ooh. Floor 6 Nightmare. And floor 8 Carbon Dog.
Avoidable floor. Those are both technically avoidable floors. Now, whether or not the cave will let you is another question.
Oh, Mole Cave. Ooh.
But Temple definitely now armed with a little bit of information that he is definitely happy to have, knowing where
absolutely.
Nightmare and Carbon Dog are.
Oh, nice little shortcut there. and Onett. Meanwhile, Slug fighting some slugs. Slug now is on floor 2. So just 2 floors between them.
Well, definitely have the potential to find a separate skip to a floor higher than Temple.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, already found the next.
Or just found the door. Yeah, just found.
Shortest sync 2 ever.
Yeah, you could just backstage pass potentially useful as well. All right, so Slug on her way to 4-3 now potentially. Yeah, I mean this is. He's gonna count down. It's not gonna be the worst. I would have Poof freeze it though.
Yeah, that's really the only damage you're gonna be able to have on this guy.
It's gonna throw a bomb at you right about now. Oh, he's gonna get this bomb.
Can get it off? Yeah, it's gonna be
I think the free. Clock, yeah. Oh, the teddy bear got destroyed. Yep. Yeah, you know what? Good job, Teddy. There's a lot of Onett shortcuts through Onett.
That's typically not a good sign because that probably means his floor is pretty tiny.
Yeah. And Temple has to also worry about going backwards as well.
True.
It's the issue with taking a skip.
Because you don't know exactly where on the floor you can.
Yep. Right now, Slug has the advantage that she just always has this forward progress now. So she knows what backwards would be instantly.
Sure. And if she is able to clear 4-3 pretty quickly, she will be right up there with Temple.
Yeah, right up there with Temple, yeah.
But she is met with foresight as well, so she's also going to get this information about the bosses.
Yep. It's all such... They want to skip those floors real bad.
Absolutely.
Unless they find something nice. They find some MBRs they can buy. All of a sudden, that changes things. But
really, just any arms dealer vendor would be pretty good right now.
T-Rex bat if you can get money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Temple honestly has actually Slug's killed 2 bosses, so.
Yeah, the AC struggle is always finding an ATM and a vendor in a nearby location.
Slug I think wants to find a heal before trying to take. I would fight that robot normally.
With the free
point of defense.
Point of defense for selling, definitely pretty good.
Yeah, I would just get a bunch of these to sell at the very least.
That's a free 1,000 every single one you can hold, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that some DX water as well? Oh, no, just regular water?
That is regular water.
Definitely not a bad pocket item to load up on. You never know when you're going to get into a situation where you find Geigas or something and all you're left is a plethora of water to do with.
Yeah, so one of the things with AC in particular is that the stats for all the kids get shuffled between them all and stuff like that. So the normal stat growth that you would see in the game is not the same in the vanilla game, I should say. Not the same stat growth you're going to see in Ancient Cave. It would be randomized every time. So normally in the vanilla game,
or really bad.
Like normally in the vanilla game, Ness gets the most beneficial progression. He just gets an insane amount of vitality and IQ. He's just a tank and man up like a PP monster. But Paula also has a lot of psychic points, and so the game is sort of her mana costs are sort of scaled around that. So all of a sudden, she just only has like 40 psychic points.
You're really struggling in that case, yeah.
Yeah, and you have to walk into Geigas. It's like, okay, well, I get one shield sigma or whatever.
Yeah, you better think your star's magnet exists in that case.
Yeah. At that point, I get one of these shields, and I better have MBRs, and I better have a rabbit's foot.
Oh. Slug has found a burger skip, but I don't think she actually has any burgers.
Yeah, but I don't think a burger is necessarily hard to find.
True.
So she can keep that in mind.
Depends if she can find it. Most food vendors have a good chance of selling a burger or a double burger at this stage in the game. It's all about finding.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mammoth Burger, if you find one, does not.
Will not work. Thanks, Earthbound.
Too prehistoric.
Is this a scripted hieroglyph Temple's fighting right now?
This looks
like it. Like it. Oh no, he ran away from it. So.
You can run away from.
Oh, that's true. It's the yeah, you're right. I forgot.
Yeah.
Specifically the higher. Some scripted stuff you can't, but yeah.
I mean, you can't run away from Guardian in general. He's a boss. But
Well,
those hieroglyphs, all of them you can run from.
I'm thinking of the robots and the porky robots, right?
Yeah. The sentry robots in Mount Holy are unrunnable. The cultists are unrunnable.
I think
She found a hamburger. She found a hamburger, by the way.
So we are going in. So technically 2 hamburgers here, but I'm assuming she found hers in a chest or something.
Yeah, so she's here in Saturn Valley. She wants this present for sure.
Ooh, King Banana.
King Banana. Okay, so she gets another skip item. Yeah, King Banana potentially useful if you find
that specifically. A little info, because I don't know if we talked about the skips specifically, but one of the ways you can get all the way to Gygus is to, of course, do as Slug did, which is fight bosses in a row and progress normally. Or you can also do what Slug did, which is move an NPC out of the way with a key item or something like monkeys, backstage pass, carrot key, etc., etc. And that counts as a skip. Yeah, anything like that. Yeah, not even NPCs. Literally just like key item, deleting something like that.
Yep.
And it will skip you up a maximum of 5 floors. Anywhere between 2 ahead and 4 ahead, I believe. I think it only caps out, I think, 5 ahead of
you can jump from like 1 to 5.
Yeah. You can't skip to the floor immediately above or below you. You can skip
you can skip pretty far. I think I've seen 2 to 7 before.
Yes, that is count.
So you can skip pretty far. You won't skip like 2 to 9 though. That's not right.
Unless you do one of the very, very few one-way skips. That is allowed for a full skip if it happens to line up that way.
That's crazy. Because that's rude, honestly.
To put you on floor 9 from floor 1 or something, yeah.
That's rude. That's a tough situation.
Hey, if you find good items, it'll work out.
Mega cranky lady.
But that'll be the aim of their game, is generally to find those skips as quick as they can. Slug actually actually this is 2 different floors, if I remember correctly. This pond cave, even though it seems like this is the sanctuary room, actually. Because the rope is not completed.
Correct.
We don't know where Slug is. She technically could have gone down. I think the chances of that are pretty low, but...
I would say they're pretty low because it would have to have been from floor 1.
Exactly, so...
and floor 1 was pretty explored, I would say.
I agree with that, and so there's a pretty good chance she is ahead of Tim right now.
Maybe she could be at minimum. She came from floor 3, so that minimum, this is floor 5.
Right. Tempo, I believe, still trying to find his way
I would save if I was Slug. Personally, we're about to forget some info right here.
Oh,
Shambler. So this is a regular Shambler.
So it could be 6-ish.
This is like 6. Yeah, this is a Winter's enemy. So this is like around 6, I would say. It can be 4-5 technically.
5, yeah.
It can be. It's like 4, 5, or 6.
There is enemy scaling with Temple trying to despawn by getting in this little corner.
It kind of worked.
It did a little bit. You got down to 1 diamond after all, so little ant.
Actually, yeah, but this Antoid sucks.
It's just a little tiny ant. What's the worst it gets? Oh.
Yeah, this ant sucks.
So
don't mess around with red Antoids.
Slug actually found a newsman and a big ant.
Yeah.
So actually, that
spider.
Really
It's the spider.
The spider thing, yeah. That probably still indicates it's like 5 because that's like.
Ooh,
right?
She finds the big room. This is not a terrible time. Actually, it's kind of a
Goddess
terrible
man,
time.
Night Pendant. Okay, but these
Night
are actually
Pendant.
like good
Okay,
items.
So the Night Pendant is the biggest win here. That will help. That will be like at the very least like you have a guaranteed 1 consolation. That, okay, this character can live through
Flash.
The Flash stuff. I just have to somehow get them to survive the freeze. If I come down to it, which is possible, you can get away with that.
Definitely, but freeze is just scary at that point.
It's extremely, extremely scary, but Flash is scarier, in my honest.
That's true. No, absolutely. I'm 100%.
Yeah.
If I had to choose between rain and night, it would be night all day.
Because honestly, the important part is like if you get like a tanky, it's like sometimes you roll a stats, or like you have a really tanky
Crap, I wasn't watching.
Tanky Ness or a tanky Poo, and then they can end up becoming like just a heal bot through the Gygas fight. Where it's even though, like, you know, if they're lucky enough that they get the stats and they have the prey, they can just get through it. But at the very least, they can just keep reviving the person who has prey. You can get through Gygas that way. You just brute force it.
Yep, and very important point that we had not touched on yet is that just like all the character stats are randomized, as you were mentioning earlier, the person who has prey among like the mirror and the other abilities is also randomized. Now's about the time where I start looking, because I always forget.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to who has it.
It's
It's Poo.
Yep, which is
That's not bad.
blessing and a curse, because Poo is one of your dedicated, or could be one of your dedicated healers in the Gygas phase. So him being tied up with prey is a little annoying sometimes.
Yeah, but he doesn't. So his vitality right now is already at 100.
That is a good sign.
Looks to be
That's a really
among
good
the
sign.
highest. Looks to be among the highest of the characters. So right now, like, they have to, you know, if they're the most important one, that's the one you give everything you find.
Absolutely. No, regardless of, yeah, you definitely buff up your prayer person no matter what.
Yeah, and if your prey person is your tank that can never die, then
There's just a nice...
it's just
thing.
a nice breezy
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Because you definitely have those situations where your prey person has 100 HP and you're
Look
really
at
struggling.
Temple's screen. Then he's like, "See you later, nerd."
All those guys stuck at the top of the escalator.
Oh my god, they were like, "Get him, boy."
So Slug took another skip here. I believe this is actually the King Banana skip.
I believe so.
I actually don't know if Magic Hand is the floor she went up to or down to, though. I think it was up, because Summers was on 6.
Summers.
Yeah, Summers was on 6, so... Well, actually, that skip could have been down, to be fair.
No, this is... If she went to 6, then she went from 4-3 to 6.
Well, this is... She's still on 6 from her original skip, so I'm saying that she did find a secondary skip there, the King Banana skip, which she's opting not to use. That leads me to believe she goes lower. Get a little meme, though.
We don't have Slug's audio. Yeah. I don't have either of their audios, to be fair.
Me neither. I can turn on Slug's, sec.
Temple finding a full heal, which is nice.
Yeah, I figured the skip she took was to King Ben. I just can't remember which way she went. No, that is true. I'm just saying I can swap it to Slug's audio.
No, I did not say have both audios on. I wasn't like, no, let's get this remix going.
Let's get the Runaway 5.
All right, Temple finding a boss here.
This will be floor 4 boss, I think.
Yeah, which I believe was just
Regular. It's a move.
yeah, move department store spook. Yep.
Oh, Slug actually taking a death to the dreaded Coffee.
Coffee is a messed up enemy.
It
Coffee has to die
is.
immediately.
It's so mean.
It's a messed up enemy.
Right,
I'm very happy we don't have to actually fight the Coffee in department store because he's there.
Yeah, he's waiting.
He's on the second floor of department store.
If you play vanilla, he'll be there.
Yeah, he'll be there, but you should never get into that fight. I've never gotten into that fight like in all my years running it. So
definitely one of the ones you want to avoid. Absolutely.
It's the scare because it's like their weakness is freeze, and they just kidnapped Paula.
Yep.
So you're like, oh, and then he just kills you.
Yep. Turn 1. Oh, AOE
yeah.
Hit, yep.
It's like it just plays like the Dragon Ball, like the Goku Ultra Instinct horns. Like the strings.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you're like, hello?
No. Very terrifying. And as we just saw,
Super Bomb Bender on temples.
That's actually really good. Super bombs are absolutely mint in Ancient Cave, and in all
Yes.
forms of Earthbound, honestly.
So super bombs are like the secret best item in the game.
We like,
MBRs technically
yeah, we like
MBRs
MBRs.
usually, but super bombs are like more
Versatile.
efficient
Agreed.
and
Everyone can
versatile.
use them. Everyone can use them. So.
Yeah, so like the DPS you end up dealing is like it ends up being a lot faster in two because their animation's so quick. Versus like MBR animation's a little bit long because it has to shoot 20 rockets.
A little bit long. You have to buff up Jeff with some sort of speed item. So you don't have to, but it obviously makes it better.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have either of those, Rabbit Foot or a Crystal Charm, then it kind of just wish you had bombs.
Yeah, bombs don't care about the enemy speed in any way. Yeah, they do AoE damage. Like they're really, really good in a lot more situations than MBRs. MBRs just nuke one thing. They delete one enemy, but when you're fighting, if you get into if you're fighting 4 things that are like all cast, like 2 of them cast Starstorm, you're like, oh, okay, well, this is not. I can kill one of them, and then the other one casts Starstorm, and I still die.
The double Starman encounters, I love them.
What? You get the stupid final Starman, Ghost of Starman robot fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's just like, okay, well, one of them's gonna cast Starstorm Alpha immediately, and one of them might cast Starstorm Alpha immediately, and then cast Starstorm Omega because, by the way, he could do that. That's one of his scripted things.
I didn't realize I had ads on Temple. Whoops.
Yeah, well, we got. It says commercial break in progress.
Hey, at least this is better than watching the actual ad.
Yeah.
Can swap over to plugs volume. In the meantime.
Slug having a convenient full heal here in Magicant that allows her to try and get some levels.
I will point out that Slug did actually have to use her exit mouse to get back to this Magicant location after her death. So definitely put a bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, she won't have that for later. But
unless she finds one, that it's possible.
She can find one. Yeah.
I think she's. Didn't she say she already went through Mole Cave though? That's one off the list.
There was a Mole Cave that she saw that was in 4-3. So, that's one. There's still Starman Base. There's still the Mouse House.
Both are still on the table. I think Temple. So Temple must be playing around a skip as well. I didn't realize he came out of a monkey cave as well. So, but Slug fighting the gigantic map that is right now.
Yeah, Tucson, the largest hub of doors.
Very
of any map.
Especially when you start on this side with all diamonds.
Yeah, this is all diamonds on this side of the map is
like you're definitely taking some fights on the way up.
Yeah, I'm glad this is a single Musica because the Musica could just like decide to murder you right now if it wanted to. Musica, one of the scariest enemies.
Earthbound devs just deciding to put every single worst enemy in the department store.
Department store enemies are insane. It's so messed up.
After they just took Paula from YouTube.
Yeah, they're like, man, Paula is one of the strongest characters ever. Everything seems really easy. What if there was a section of the game where you just didn't have her and you're like, this game is impossible without the best character in the game?
Bit of nothing like too crazy. We usually see some really crackhead entrances to floor 9 by 30 minutes in, but this has been kind of a very brutal layout seed for both of our runners.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like they're still progressing at a pretty fast rate. Sometimes if you get to Gygus at 30 minutes and you get a rough Gygus, it's more detrimental. It depends on the Gygus. If it's a really easy Gygus, then yeah, like the layout's really messed with it. But if this is a really hard Gygus, then this is actually kind of beneficial. The more lost you get, the more chance you get at finding items.
True. And
sometimes being completely prepared with like coming into Gygus totally strapped is way more beneficial. And you saw Temple buying super bombs That's one thing that makes Gygus really easy. Oh, Temple not finding out who has to take a... Oh, man. Temple. You gotta go back, man.
He finds another full heal.
Oh, it's a one-way. He might check on the way back.
I mean, he's gonna have to at this point.
No, because you can still skip it. It's just based on if you try and walk too far to the right in that room.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. You can technically skip it every single time if you get into that door pretty tight.
But I agree mostly. It's yeah, I see the bathroom.
Yeah,
I was almost forgetting what room you're talking about. The bathroom guy.
Yeah, it's the bathroom. Yeah, see, he skipped it. I'm so
I
disappointed.
don't know what it is about that room, but like I always enter it, and for whatever reason, I always go right, even though. So I always.
Well, I do it because I want to know who has to take a shit. Part of my language.
It's very important.
I need to know.
It's one of those things that you can make bets on.
My favorite one is when I've seen it that it was King as a puppy, like running into the bathroom, and I'm like, oh, what a good dog.
Yeah, what a good. I wish my dog could do that.
Yeah, what a good dog.
Yeah, the layout can be definitely brutal or forgiving. I would argue it's definitely more, especially it depends if you get to a point where you get to explore floors 8 and 9, because I think both of our runners are hovering around that 6-7 range right now. I'm actually not sure where Tempo is. I think Tempo went up at some point when he went to Scarab. I'm pretty sure he went up. But you definitely want to be hovering around those floors where you can actually get items like Heavy Bazooka or Star Pendants, stuff that you can actually beat Gygus with. Because the items at these floors aren't going to be too crazy good. You might find something in there that can help you, but mostly you're just here for levels. Ooh, Slug might take another death, but who actually survives? See if she can actually pull this off here. Right? Gets out of that. Temple back in Scaraba.
Yeah. So Slug I still think has access. Oh jeez.
Yeah, this is but these gigantic room tile plates like Onett and Houston, especially awful with the diamonds. Yeah.
See what this person has. Trash.
Oh, another skip. That's the pencil eraser.
That's the pencil eraser, correct? Yep.
Temple found Threed, so potential for another bomb vendor here. But I'm assuming he hasn't really burnt through most of his bombs. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, we're around the point where we know floor 6 is Ness's Nightmare. And floor 8 is Carbon Dog.
I forgot about. Oh man, they got that to deal with. And Slug is on 6, so.
Yep. So we have a potential Ness's Nightmare find.
Yep.
Which is a rough situation with solo poo. Let me tell you.
I might be close to possible, but I've seen some things in Ancient Cave.
Leslie's saying there's a fresh egg skip, and Slug can get one, which is true. She has this fresh egg.
See if she can get anywhere with it. Oh no, a fresh egg skip? Or...
Yeah, she just skipped.
Yeah,
but she's been here.
But we do have a ruler, so we're just skipping all over the place. She's trying everything she can to avoid floor 6.
We skipping everything.
This could go to. I mean, all of these have a potential to go to 9.
What the? Oh, this.
The brick head, the brick road head.
Well, no, I think that was the same room, just the other end of it.
Oh yeah. Okay, a little bit of a.
Alright, so we're seeing it's at this bomb vendor.
Not technically a dead end, but definitely a very long road.
Oh, this is a rough one though.
Yes, with diamonds, especially.
All diamonds. This is a rough room. And well played though. That was really nicely moved.
Yeah, nice despawn there. This is the hardest.
This is the hardest part. So this is.
Ooh, sneaky.
Okay.
Thank you.
He likes supply. And it's the lips. Just grinning like gotcha. I gotcha.
So we're looking at 8 probably.
Yeah, this is like a magic ant enemy. So this is at the very this has to be 4-8 at the very least.
Oh, does she have a hot mic? I can see. Is she out there cursing because she got caught by the lips? I would curse on that one too, honestly.
It's the lips. You can switch it though.
I will. She's
Or
in
super
a
bombs
tight
for
spot.
Temple.
Ooh, she gets a joint.
This is the best spot. She gets joint.
Wait,
Oh,
duck
this is...
and... Oh, wait, she got like...
Oh,
weird...
because this could technically still come from the barrier.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. She got weird, like, floor 1 enemies.
These are not 4-1. This is,
Oh, these are, Dune...
Mole Cave.
Yeah.
This is Mole Cave enemies.
Yeah, they still, they were enough to kill Poos, though. Unfortunate for her. Oh, so this is really bad, because she's actually at that point... She's, like, way back on 3 now, I'm pretty sure, because she's at that point before she used the mouse. She never found a save after she went to Magic Hand.
Oh, that's bad. I think you're right.
So she is in a really bad
Actually,
spot.
no, I think this is 4-6.
This might be the very start of 4-6. It's one of the.
Yeah, I think this might be just the start of 4-6. Because she skipped, and I remember her being in Saturn Valley, and as I'm ready, she's gonna want to check the present. I very distinctly remember that.
That is true because she had the one hamburger, right?
So this is at the very least the start of 4-6.
Like in a red there, unfortunately. Also seeing a similar duck.
Yeah, they might be. I think Temple was on 8.
That's what I thought, but I mean that was a weird duck to find. But hard to say without having a. Let's see. Well, I guess he could technically still be on 6 because well no, he beat the Sanctuary boss up to 5, and then he took the skip, so he should be somewhere above. He should be at 7 or higher. Yeah. Apple Kid.
Worthless. Talk to Face.
In full heal.
It's a full heal.
Yep. Definitely what she needs right now. We'll see how Slug decides to bring this one back online. Because he's kind of scrambling around to find a foothold now.
Temple finding a laser gun. He's just gonna sell it to try and buy a super bomb. He's just trying to buy as many super bombs as possible.
Yeah, I think he's kind of just prepping to stumble across Gygas at any second. Go for it.
No, he still has to prep for Ness's Nightmare or for.
That's true. That's a fair point. Yeah, you can't just count those guys out if you have.
He can always come back to this vendor later. Like.
We like to pretend like we can just avoid those bosses, but sometimes it's not possible.
Yeah, no, it's ideal to skip them. It's not always reality.
Okay, so she has found her way back to Magic Hand at least, so she's at least back on track on that.
Yeah.
Really
I think she knows what forward progress is.
Yeah. So she at least knows where her skips are. Okay, she remembers where
she knows where. Yeah, and she has to go back this brutal. Oh, it's so.
That is very mean. I wonder if it'd be easier to go this way.
Go. Yeah, no, that's the ideal way. You need to try and avoid it as much as possible by running up like this. It's still difficult right around here though. But she's playing it very well.
Nice. Despawning as much as you can. Oh, there's a little one coming out for.
Yeah, you know what? You take one fight, going all the way up there. Not the worst thing.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, that was definitely better than her first way up. So.
Yeah.
Seems like my
Temple finding forward progress here. No, he's just finding his way all around Starman base. Some good sign banana. This is another potential skip. If this is 4-7.
Yeah, it's true. If Temple's on, it depends on if Temple's on 7 or 8. If he's on 8, he's kind of in the drink. He has to get through the dog to make it happen. Unless he does some like really roundabout, like go backwards and then skip up. But
yeah,
on 7, he still has the potential to skip up. Who's winning?
It's hard to say right now.
Yeah, definitely.
I would say prep wise, Temple has the advantage.
Just because he has bombs, yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, but there's just like it finding the right items in a like you could play it kind of loose and and risky. If you want to try and get to Gygus and hope to like bank on some just awesome luck getting items.
Ooh, a save for Slug on her skip floor, though.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yep. That was so funny because that was like a door away from. She went through the second door in the library instead of the first door this time, and she found the phone.
Yeah.
So, I bet she feels pretty angry about that.
Not a very useful vendor.
Nope, but we'll take the phone and an ATM as well.
Yeah, and she's finding, a good chunk of. That's right. Those guys surprised me.
I know. I love seeing enemies in places that they aren't normally.
I love when they're on stage, though. That's my favorite. My favorite is when they're on stage. Ooh.
Or skip. Sheesh.
Hot towel. Does she have hot? She has a wet towel?
Bro.
She has a wet towel? You're kidding me.
There's no way she's not on like 8.
Dog, who has a wet towel?
Well, she literally has to be on 8 though, because she was guaranteed on floor. The magic camp floor was, or was it?
We
guaranteed?
found
No, yeah,
an arms vendor.
Oh, that is nice. But it doesn't have any actual arms.
Horn of life though.
That is very good. I think Slug is on 8, so she probably doesn't need to be looking for tips unless she's backing up. Because I'm pretty sure she was guaranteed to be on floor 6 from the Summers Hint Man, and then she skipped after that. That part. Now they're on 8.
Wait, what? Temples and enemies are not diamonds.
Oh, that is.
That was interesting.
It was just those little barfs, I guess.
He turned two diamonds turned into barfs. Excuse me?
Well, if Chaz is here, he can write that down as a bug.
Excuse me?
All right, another fun room right here for all diamonds, of course.
Yeah, Temple noticed it too, taking advantage of the.
He's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna."
And he stuttered past it. Yeah. He's like, "Wait a minute! For some reason, they are now little barfs."
But I think Temple cheated when he did that. So.
No,
I'm just kidding.
He played. Listen, it's not his fault they turned into little barfs.
No, exactly. He capitalized on his situation. Temple getting hit by a poison is never good, but luckily he has the healing beta with it.
Yeah, that was weird.
Slimy piles are not diamonds. You are correct.
I would, yeah, that's something we are in agreement with.
Wait. We've seen this room before that Slug's in, right? I believe Temple's been.
No, he's been into the room after it. The room after that pawn cave room. Oh, it's happened again for Temple.
Yeah, what the heck's happening?
It sort of past this one too.
Oh, maybe, plastics might be on.
Oh, sometimes barfs, cops, and cultists don't get diamonds. Oh, okay, I see. Because
okay,
those are like
fights.
weird scripted fights.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I guess that makes sense. But Temple making it work for him. Definitely trying to despawn as much. Did he get back-to-back Starman base rooms in here? Jeez, on this floor.
Yeah, Slug finding a boss, which is potentially really scary.
Yeah, this could be this. I'm pretty sure this is dog, right? If my theory is correct,
it's either dog or rat. Those are the two options.
I think it's at 7.
That's rat.
So
Yep.
definitely better than dog. That's for sure.
Yeah. So the thing though is that this locks her into fighting dog.
Or 8 exactly. So.
Kraken as well. Oh god. A huge enemy in a random room.
Ugh, this match is weird. I cannot wrap my head around.
It's a rough one.
Yeah.
It's a rough one. Honestly, the best part about it is that Pooh, the person with prey, is beefy.
Beefy,
Look
yeah,
at look at slugs. Look at 135 HP over 100 psychic points. Like,
Yeah, he's
if
honestly
she has a night pendant and they're already this beefy, it's like you could potentially just get away with like
one pendant guy, I guess, yeah.
yeah. If you just get, and Ness is looking pretty beefy too, so they could just be like co-healers, like and you could have Ness heal every turn while Pooh prays, and they're just tank.
Definitely the ideal situation there. It's good that they don't have the complete raw deal of having having a really long or up to Gygus and then having a really bad prayer as well. So you gotta take your dubs if you can.
Temple technically walks down a floor.
I think so, because this fire spring we've seen before.
I saw him walk down the Titanic ant ropes.
So he went back to, this is like, oh, he's going for this full heal, because he went back through his skip all the way to, this is like 3 or 4. This is like his original skip.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing around his full heal.
That's a rough situation.
I guess he didn't want to go, because he knows where that pink cloud full heal is, but I guess he didn't go back to it. Oh, Slug got homesickness, I didn't even notice.
That's a rough.
That is incredibly rough.
She needs to find a phone now.
Very rude that that can happen in Ancient Cave, but...
Franklin badge, that's huge. Franklin badge all of a sudden makes Gygus really safe, regardless of his night pendant, and they're really beefy. It's like they'll probably just survive.
Yeah, that's the hope. I mean, at this point, they don't have. I mean, we haven't found floor 9 yet, so all of our good stuff is gonna be locked behind there.
You could still find some pretty good stuff on floor
7.
6 and on 8 and
Agreed.
7 and stuff like that.
It does exist. I've seen Star Pendant show up on floor 7 and stuff, so it's all
Yeah, you can get C pendant around there already as well.
But it's all luck of the draw, because now Slug is on 8, so, and right now she has to wrestle with the concept of fighting the dog. So she pretty much has to, because that's essentially a carbon dog is essentially prepping for an entire fight aside from Gygus, like an entire separate fight.
It's like you got to basically get 2 Gyguses.
Yes, exactly. It is that.
I also agree with Slug that like a floor 8 check of this room, while it's tedious, is definitely something I do as well.
Yeah. Anywhere with high presence. Yeah, exactly. High presence.
Unfortunately, it's pasta de summers.
No.
It's not. But she did find a phone. She can call her mom if she noticed she's home. Okay, all right. I guess we'll never.
I don't think Temple's on 8. Temple's still in 3, which I believe is his floor 7 thing, but I'm not sure.
This is not the boss. No.
I would also maybe think Temple is on 8 because maybe he's on. I don't know.
It's a Buka!
No, I don't think it's 6 because he skipped. And he was on 5. He beat the Sanctuary boss on 4.
Yeah, but his enemies are not consistent.
Right, exactly. That's what. Yeah.
So he could be like on 4. He could have skipped backwards.
Could have skipped backwards. Found another skip. Pizza.
Pizza. No pizzas here.
Pizza one of the harder things to get because you pretty much always have to get that out of the chest.
There's the pizza in Monkey Cave that is in a chest. It's basically the pizza.
Those chests are randomized in Ancient Cave, right?
They're randomized in Ancient Cave, but that's the only like pizza you can find in a treasure chest in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no other example of a pizza that you can get.
Yeah, and you can't call mock pizza. Or yeah, you can.
You can. You absolutely can.
Yeah, I was gonna say I bought a large pizza. I guess I used to.
Yeah,
strats.
you have to find the person who gives the number.
Right,
if you
right,
find the
right,
person
right.
who gives the number, then you can call.
That's technically
Large pizza is a very, very good strat.
Oh, I agree.
Very
I'm a
valuable
big
to
proponent
know
of
about.
large pizza strats on
If you
Geiges.
find the mock pizza room, you get that number because that large pizza might be the difference between life or death.
It makes your turn
I
one
think
very safe.
I would fight. I would fight this mall. 100%. I fight this mall.
Yeah, she probably still needs a lot of experience.
Why are you trying to? Oh, I think that was an incorrect. She did not mean to try and run.
No, whoops.
It helps that. Oh, it'd be really bad if this guy is freeze resistant though. Okay, he's not. But yeah, 2 freezes and
Oh,
yeah, the
I think
XP from this guy is. Oh,
Temple
Temple has the
Yeah, I
sign
was gonna
bennett.
say he might be just going for it.
This could be a skip to 4-9.
This is on, right?
Now we're in Winters.
I
We'll
literally
have to see what the enemies are.
Literally have no idea. Oh, he's got another skip here as
Oh,
well.
there's another skip right here. I think he wants to get more info first.
Maybe a phone call or something.
He's in the chest, but I think you check.
He's probably just
check
trying
the
to.
enemy.
He's probably trying to take not diamonds at once.
This is technically a skip you can take really easily back and forth.
Yep, if
as
you
long
have
as
the money at least.
for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
So this is like a nice quick like little dance here. You might dance yourself to 9.
Trick yo-yo. Doesn't really lead me to believe this is a good.
Oh. Yeah, it has to be a place. You can't be like in a dungeon or anything like that, but it can be inside like the tent technically, or outside in a town. Certain areas as well.
Yeah, he's actually quite finicky, I have found.
It basically shouldn't be indoors and shouldn't be in a dungeon.
As unless that's a scramble thing, I have gotten delivered like shops, like drugs.
They're not supposed to. It can be it could be a pretty big room.
Is that because I always do the thing?
Oh, star pendant for Temple.
Oh, that's quite.
He's definitely at 8 or 9, 100%. The star pendant, you're definitely not finding that minimum.
So this is where he stayed on the same floor where the Chipotle gift was, right? But he didn't actually. He went backwards.
Yeah, he went back through it. He's still taking that first skip.
Right, that's what I figured. Yes.
Yeah, he found a star pendant. I mean, star pendant is a great spot. I mean, you put that. Like, I think Slug has a Franklin badge, which is like the one advantage, but Temple has so much HP on Pooh, like it doesn't actually matter.
He's got that, and he has the potential. If this is truly floor 9, being able to not fight dog is a massive.
It's huge. Save. It's humongous.
Okay, well here we are about to find out.
Okay, we found that's dog. Yeah, she's like, well, that's the dog. What the dog do?
It's at the very end of Lilliput Steps too, so very long walk.
Yeah, it's a very long walk to your death. It's rude. Temple finding a phone, which is really good.
Phone in a pretty nice early spot on floor 9. Actually, we don't know if it's early because it's getting. Oh, another and an ATM.
So we have 2 horns of life here for Slug that she can potentially buy to revive these people.
Definitely has the money for it, but that would hurt Cleaner Found.
Yeah, but
oh, I misread it. There's a lot more.
I mean, she could buy like 4 of them.
Yeah, she could definitely have enough. She probably has enough for. Does this guy actually have a bomb? Yeah, she's buying super bombs.
She's buying super bombs. So this, she finds. So what she needs to find is like an ATM, and she has super bombs here. Which if she buys enough super bombs, then she can be prepared for dogs just fine.
Oh, he's definitely.
Yeah, Temple 100%. Yeah, that's a squatter demon. Temple's 100% on 9, so Temple with a huge advantage here. Squatter Demon right now, freeze resistant. That's a bad situation.
Yeah, he's just
Squatter Demon is actually way scarier than a lot of people give
Oh
him
my
credit
god!
for. And we found Gygus.
57-29 for Gygus for Temple. That's how I feel, Temple.
It's my man, Goggle Crawler.
Alright, so he's doing the old lay the mouse down and let's go get some more stuff. Or
Nah, he's
maybe?
just laying the mouse down. He's just laying the mouse down. He should go save, because there is a save right here.
Yeah, I would say he probably... I mean, he's got a star pendant. Who is...
He's got a star pendant. I think he's good.
I think he is good. He's
I think
definitely... I mean, he's more equipped than I've seen a lot of people go into Gygus with.
He has a star pendant. He doesn't have shield Sigma.
That's true, and
That's actually huge.
Might not have brain shock either. I haven't checked.
Brain shock is not as important.
True. I mean, I still like it a lot, but you're right.
Yeah, not
on the one
not as
Shield Sigma, but yes.
If she's gonna get brain shock, but at the same time that Paul gets
Sigma, if he sits here and grinds, yeah, which he absolutely.
Yeah, which is he's 100% doing and should do. Shield Sigma is so important, and like the other problem is that her psychic points are not good. She is only gonna be able to cast one of that. Thankfully, he just has super bombs on everyone, so you just like obliterate Pokey really quickly, and the one shield is enough to handle it.
That would be definitely ideal. Porky can scale pretty high on his HP, but you know, sometimes you have to go for it.
Slug getting a C pendant, which is really good, especially even for dog, because you still have to fight the carbon dog.
Temple!
Hey, we sometimes gotta watch the show.
We showtime. Oh, that's gotta feel bad. Guy gets on your doorstep and you're just like, I'm gonna go explore over here.
I think if you have a star pendant and a super tanky character with prey, then needing brain shock isn't nearly as important.
I agree. I just like the utility that brain shock provides.
I think brain shock is really useful and definitely also just faster.
I agree.
And on average, but it's not like I'm not gonna grind for brain shock. I will grind
you're
for
absolutely right.
Shield Sigma though.
Shield Sigma is definitely a game breaker. I see what you're saying.
Is it like phase 1 is often the problem for me, and like it's the issue.
No, you were definitely
because
right
a freeze resistant Pokey is bad. It's a bad situation to be in.
Very, very tanky. Very unkillable without the right items. And yes, Paula not having a ton of psychic points, meaning our runners are going to have to resort to either, as Daniel was saying, trying to get to phase 1 in one cycle of shielding, or they're going to have to bust in the magnet. So I think they have a little bit of water, but you know, water doesn't really much for our non-kids.
Yeah. That's a mix-up because the bench is the ATM and a zombie is the bench.
Uh-oh.
But Slug knew which one the bench was. She didn't accidentally go to the bench. She didn't fall for the mix-up. She saw through it.
Yeah, she saw through it. Exactly. Here we got
a chef special and a lucky coin.
But we'll take the full heal.
Yeah, the full heal is definitely
nice. Yeah, especially on floor 9. We now not knowing where the full heal on floor 9 is definitely good information.
Well, it's a sort of full heal. It doesn't heal poo.
Oh really? I actually don't know that.
Yeah, it doesn't heal poo, so it's great for everyone else, but poo does not get full healed.
Is there a specific for that, or?
Because you don't have poo at that point in the game.
Ah, that's right. That's right.
So legendary bat is pretty good to find.
Quite nice.
Actually, just kind of speeds things up.
Yeah, a little bit of extra damage on either Pork or these guys you might be grinding on.
Yeah, it's especially useful here, I would say. Yeah, you can see that he's more willing to fight things now. For the EXP as well as.
Yeah, Paula's gonna need every help she can get. So. Because, yeah, he just maxed out Paula's psychic points. She has 44, dude.
Yeah. She has enough for, like, 2.
Two
She
shields.
can't
and
cast freeze.
Can't freeze, yeah.
Yes, but we just give her super bombs. He has enough super bombs that I think he should be fine.
That would be the hope. So he's currently, so Moonside, one of those floors that I do like to see on floor 9. Definitely good present density here, as long as you can sift the enemies.
Yeah, it's a rough to sift it in. It's very laggy, so
Yep.
it's slow.
So he's opting to explore a bit more, though. I wonder what specifically he might be. Just wants more stuff, or
He might just want like
another pendant, maybe.
Another pendant, like on for Ness or
Right, exactly.
Paula or something like that.
He's got his exit mouse down, so he's pretty much ready to go back at any time.
Yeah.
And Slug,
Remember, Slug knows where.
Yep, she's actually going to Dog right now. Because she's going to Lilliput.
Interesting.
Oh, just kidding. she must have forgotten. I remembered, but she did not.
I think she is trying to find that shop.
Still need damage.
Shop
I mean, I would argue
that had
Temple
horns of
technically
light.
has enough.
I think Temple has enough as well. I think Temple could do the Gygus fight. It's a little bit riskier, but it's doable.
Definitely do. It's all about going at it at a level that you're comfortable with, because even if it's doable, you definitely have to be able to man the wheel.
Yeah, Slug using the Horn of Life and reviving Jeff, and she's going towards Lilliput.
This is a commit now.
This is the attempt. I mean, she committed when she killed the 4/7 boss.
True.
So,
You're right about that. There was no way around it other than going back and trying to skip up.
Shield Killer is randomly potentially a thing you could go for, actually. Because Carbon Dog, even with super bombs, is still rough because the reflect is brutal with bombs.
Although trying to hit that shield killer can be a gamble in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, the safest thing to do is to just try and kill the shield by bashing it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's my typical ghost strategy.
You bet, like you bash it with your character who like doesn't have anything good.
Exactly.
Equipped,
yeah.
and then get the shield off, or just like bash, like single target bash isn't so bad if you use it on like your tanky. Like Temple has a legendary bat. Ness can swing into that and still heal himself.
Yeah, he's beefy enough that he'll be fine. And Carbon Dog, of course, another one of those bosses who might be at that level for Slug, where Brain Shock actually very. Yeah,
Brain Shock is a sleeper powerhouse for that fight.
Yeah, because if he
extremely
diamondize himself,
good.
then it's super good.
It's so rare for him to do that, but it's so satisfying.
But just having turns where he hits himself, very.
It's very valuable, very valuable. Even though he knocks himself out of the confusion by doing that, depending, sometimes, not always. But,
not always.
It's still very good. He does a lot of damage even to himself.
Does a lot of damage.
He cast it.
Little
and Slug has a lot of bottles of water, and who has 145
psychic points.
Yeah, it's like she has the stats that.
Oh my god, he just got another 20.
Yeah, he's insane right now.
He's actually nuts. He literally just.
He's like this huge Chad right now.
Which we definitely are very welcome for it after what this.
He's like an old lady too. Like it's like this super buff old lady.
I am definitely here for it. All right, here we go. Good luck, attack Slug.
Going into it.
The road. Let's see how this goes.
Oh, I like that palette.
Yeah,
oh my god, that is a sick Carbon Dog.
Ooh, I see Temple had stumbled upon a Dragonite in his travels.
Yeah.
He got a rabbit. He got a lot of stuff actually.
Yeah, the chat pointed out the Dragonite. I didn't see the rabbit's foot pickup. Oh, do not auto fight. Yeah, Slug uses auto fight to heal quicker.
Definitely, it's possible, but also very risky.
I think it's risky. Yeah. The C pendant really helping out on this Carbon Dog section. It doesn't super matter if Paula dies here. Paula not that actually crucial to killing the boss. I don't know. I feel like you would want to put the C pendant on Pooh still, even if they are tanky in it.
Got a nice solidify. Unfortunate big hit on Pooh. Gonna go down there.
Yep.
Doesn't look like she's dipping into revives, so she's either saving them or she doesn't have any.
Okay, we got to Carbon Dog. This is still rough. You got 3 super bombs. That's not enough. Lucky sandwich. We're hoping for an incredibly lucky sandwich.
The luckiest sandwich you've ever seen. I'm sorry. Is Temple watching Showtime again?
He sure is.
I don't know I don't know if that was an accident or he might have went back into the door trigger. Because I
Slug only has enough psychic points for 1 life up, and the biting attack is immortal. The problem is that like she doesn't have these resources anymore if she didn't save.
I hope she saved. I would imagine if you are.
So I hope she.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she does not try and reload from this. Right? I think she does, yeah, but I think she should, like, reset the console or whatever.
She's going through a midlife crisis right now. I think she realized the situation where she has to get through the dog or die trying. Oh man. Alright, here she goes. Temple almost done with his second showtime.
Yeah, Temple's just having a cool time.
I do. It's just funny. I don't know. I feel bad because it's like I feel like I could do the same thing. Yeah, he totally just ran into the door trigger by accident. That rabbit's foot definitely going to come in very handy for this walk back to Gygus. He's opting not to mouse back, which is interesting. Because he has that down.
He wants to mouse back from a phone. Wants to save before he does that, so that he can reload a save and then just mouse back to it.
Good point.
And just always have infinite tries, like Gygus.
That is doing because he's gonna do right this second. Right after a bit of menuing. Got that star pendant on Pooh. Oh, he actually has a Gaia beam on Jeff as well, so he's actually a little stacked right now, gear-wise.
Gaia beam is
a lot
okay.
of super bombs, brain food.
But the super bombs is really...
Yeah, the super bombs are probably really what's going to get him to the phase. I mean, the Gaia beam is kind of there as a...
Paula has 60 psychic points, which is enough.
I think Temple is more than ready.
I agree. I do think he's ready. Yeah, he uses the exit mouse. We're going to Gigu.
Just a few diamonds on the way.
So this is a situation where even if this is a freeze-resistant Pokey, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
super bombs don't care.
Yeah,
they don't care about what you can. You can't resist this bomb.
Exactly. All right, guesses for what Gygus will be. I'm gonna say it's a cop.
I think it's going to be a Macho Man.
All right. Antoid.
Antoid from them. Okay. Wait, I think I saw a Macho Man. It can't be a Macho Man.
It's true.
True. Oh no. It's
another the thing that can't be randomized, just as freeze resistance can be randomized, you could also have paralysis resistance on Porky randomized.
Yeah. So normally, Pokey has 50%. He can get to 0. It didn't work this time. He's still pretty speedy. His speed is randomized, but it's randomized within like a range. He's still always gonna be pretty fast.
So we got the shield up. Temple's HP. So he took a beta. It looks like the first round. Oh, Jeff is down.
The problem with not having paralysis working on Pokey is that like every other turn he's killing someone.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're dead.
Big hit. Yep. So now you have to juggle. So, and the thing that sucks about paralysis turn 1 is like, okay, now you have a decision to make. Do you try to spy? Did that work? Actually,
no, it did not work.
It did not work. Now you have to spy to see if you even have a chance in hell of paralyzing him. You have to YOLO and keep paralyzing, wasting turns with Ness. Potentially, if you're just paralyzing on a 0%, for instance. It did not work.
It didn't work, and Ness is dead. Brain shock on Pokey.
Okay, there. Oh, okay, brain shock on Pokey. I was like, something went through.
It worked. Pooh has 29 HP, which is a little scary. Using the life up.
He definitely has the heals, and Temple might be doing the strat where he waits until phase 2 to bring the kids back up. Since he has his shielder and he has Pooh alive, who has like 10 something super bombs.
She just died though.
Yep, that is unfortunate.
Does have a Horn of Life though. He's trying to get. I think he's trying to get
phase 2 here.
Phase 2 here, and then they're basically like, except for lightnings, they're like an unkillable demon god.
Yeah, with
so they can actually, they can just pray and try and get everyone up that way.
Takes the mortal. He's trying to see if he can push it to phase. Oh no, okay.
He healed. Now he's waiting for his HP to roll up. This is gonna reflect on them.
Yep.
Yeah. But it does hit Pokey. Also gonna reflect. Okay. Probably gonna wait. Oh, did Pokey hit himself?
Very, very delicate balance here, because I believe he only has the 1 Horn of Life on, right?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, so he has to bring someone back up.
It's over. Yeah, because the rocket animation is just too long.
Well, yeah, definitely a hard one. Taking that beta turn 1 was never good, and yeah, just not being able to paralyze Porky is a lot worse than it seems.
Yeah, I think you gotta just blitz. You gotta blitz Pokey.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. He's armed now with the knowledge that paralyze probably is not the way to go this time around.
Yeah, he's just gonna have to blitz this, and I think phase 2 he'll be able to just. It's easier to just survive that. Phase 2 is not as brutal.
I agree. It's a lot easier to bring your If you bring, I like to just, if someone dies in phase 1, I definitely like to hold. If it's not someone like Paula, you know, that you need to survive phase 1, I like to hold them over until phase 2 to bring it back to life, because it's a little easier to keep them up.
I think he's enough super bombs that he doesn't have to think about that.
True.
I think he just obliterates everything with super bombs. Personally. All right, this is Carbon Dog take 2.
Yep, Carbon Dog take 2 and Gygas take 2.
Yep.
A little bit of menuing, moving water around.
So we're going for the life up here.
God, what sucks is although Pooh is really good on his stat line, everyone else's
is kind of
utter garbage.
Is like, pretty bad. It all went to Pooh.
I have not seen. I gotta say, I've not seen stat lines this bad, like on other people.
He saw a beta and he instantly reset because it kills the first 3 members.
Yep. Okay, so he must have gotten an alpha then turn 1. I thought he got a beta.
He did, yes.
Yeah, so...
No, his kids cannot survive a beta.
You're right.
At beta, they're in range of death from just an alpha. An alpha can do up to 120 damage.
What a seat, actually.
So alpha has a pretty good chance to kill you, to be honest.
Who is winning? Honestly, I don't know.
It's Temple
It's
technically. If Temple
yeah,
can
yeah.
get through this phase 1, but Slug now with on the Diamond Dog portion with everyone alive, so the Carbon Dog section was
That's a much
cleaner.
better situation, yeah.
Yeah, and
oh my
god!
Why?
Glorious Slug! I hate this dude! I hate this dude! Oh my
Did he just
god!
diamondize Ness? Oh. Wow. Diamond Dog, everybody.
Oh my god, this dude! Hey, Diamondized Pooh!
Oh, I would be so mad.
We have Horns of Life. We have the tools.
That was literally commentator's curse. You're right, because as soon as we said that, she got like double kill.
You guys.
Oh, I'm sorry, Slug. I'm also sorry for rolling this seat because clearly I made a mistake.
Oh my god. This is brutal.
So he's still trying for the. I don't know if he's actually spied Porky yet to know what this chance is. But he is still trying for this paralyze because I feel like he probably thinks that's one of his win conditions on phase 1 right now is getting Porky paralyzed.
I guess just because no one can survive anything.
Right,
It's pretty hard when you got both of them just going all in. And it looks like this Poke's pretty tanky as well. I feel like he definitely did more than 2,000 that first time. And Impala's dead. Using the Horn of Life.
Back up.
Alpha is good, okay.
No, yeah, it won't kill her. But Pooh's looking really low right now, and he did heal.
Yeah, he healed Pooh. We need Pokey to attack Pooh. Oh, he needed to. Oh, he hit himself. Okay, that's technically good.
Yeah, Temple making the smart play for brain shocking both of them, because I honestly would not think to brain shock Poke, but in this situation, it might be the best thing.
Yeah, this is one of the best plays you could do. This is a rough situation for both runners.
Is, yeah.
For both runners right now. If you look back at the Diamond Dog, it's like now Ness is dead. It's solo Pooh.
Solo Pooh out of psychic points.
Yeah, but she has so many waters that like
the DX water's finally coming into play.
And Pooh has a C pendant, so Glorious Light will never work. She has to be scared of Diamondized.
Yeah,
Solidify is good to see.
Hopefully, if she brain shocks Dog, then she won't have to worry about breaking it with well.
Diamondized.
Yeah, shield beta would also be a strat on Pooh. Well,
it's on Temple here, having to sit through, waiting for his health to rise up.
Yep.
Paula is dead, so the shield is gonna run out soon. I think Ness dies here.
And another death. These are some walls for our racers.
This is one of the most brutal seeds.
I think it is actually, yeah, ever.
This is brutal, like, and Slug has to go through this too. Although Slug has better stats, I think Slug has more levels. So Slug might find it just a tad easier, but she's still got to get through this Diamond Dog first.
Yeah, especially if she gets through Dog, she'll get a lot of XP off that.
It's true, yeah. And she has a Franklin badge for like phase 2, and she has a C pendant, so like she's ready, like she's good. It's just she's gotta
get past this Dog, man.
This Dog is a problem, and then for Temple, it's this stupid mushroom.
Yeah. Just a really brutal. It's just a conclave of all the most brutal things that can happen. A non-paralyzable Porky, kids who died to Alpha. And realistically, he could sit here and grind, but I feel like his kids are only going to get like 5 HP a level or something like that.
I mean, it's the same seed, so it eventually has to catch up with Slug.
Right, that's true. He's just trying to despawn these diamonds to start.
Yeah, this is not the fight he wants to deal with right now. It's always 3. It's just 3 homies.
Wait, they're like, come on. No, you want to fight us? And he can't really go the other way either. He's debating to. He's trying to see if he can just get even 1 diamond to take.
Yeah, if he could get 1 diamond, I think he would take it. Maybe he'd be like, it's just a squatter demon. I can maybe run from that. Try to shuffle the RNG. With frustrated.
I honestly can just. Yeah, you're
It's
right.
the 3 homies.
You can absolutely see the fatigue in the runners, I think, at this point.
It's stressful when it gets to this. When the longer it goes, you're like, you're gonna finish any minute.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna finish any minute.
Absolutely. And I don't know if you know.
It gets scary.
But every time Slug has died to dogs, she actually has to come back and whole shopping sequence. Doesn't save this. So extremely brutal. But fingers crossed. I mean, Temple really rolling the dice because, as we know, if he gets a beta turn 1, he's literally going right back to where he was.
Yeah.
Basically, not even trying for the paralysis anymore. Just gonna load up the heals.
Going for brain shock.
There it is.
The beta. That's a reset.
Oh man, I feel bad for laughing. It's just hard. It's just hard at this point.
It's a tough situation. Hold up, I have to get some water because this race has been going on for a minute. So
I agree with that. Might have to tap in and out myself after that. Temple checking out, trying to despawn again. So Temple is just going to brute force this. Seems like not trying to do any grinding or anything to even out those kid levels. He doesn't think it'll be worth it. Slug also choosing to brute force this. Slug in a little bit of a harder situation though, because she's having to not only go back to her save, buy all those things again, walk the walk all the way through Lilliput, all the way to Dog, the walk of shame, and then fight Dog, 2 phases. It's a lot. Like, this is just compounding over and over and over again. All right, let's see if Temple attempt number 4. See if he gets a beta or if he get a try. Oh, he gets an alpha. It kills Paula, but I think he did load up a heal on Paula. But
it did not kill Paula.
Oh, it did not. I hit. Or I thought it hit.
Nope.
My eyes.
1
HP on Ness.
Yeah, Ness got saved.
That's probably what it was.
I mean, now he did.
Of course, Porky hits the 1 person. So this is definitely a manageable situation. He's loading up the shield again. Kind of just hoping he doesn't hit. Okay, he's hitting the people who definitely can die. Waiting for that HP to go back up. Yes, thank you, F. Oh, we are through phase 1. Temple has
That's
cleared
huge.
It. That is very big for Temple. Pooh did take Mortal going into phase 2 though, but I'm pretty sure Paula does have healing item.
We'll see.
She better.
Yeah, we'll see. She has one. There it is.
Oh, don't get solidified, Paul! No! Okay.
Yeah, she didn't get solidified.
She did
which
not.
would be. Yeah, we don't want to see that.
All right, on a hope and a prayer right now, trying to get the kids back online. We got the brain shock out.
So the advantage here is that now Pooh is like an unkillable demon god.
True.
For the most part.
He is way easier surviving against Gygus than he is Porky.
Yeah, and has prey as well. So even if like things get kind of bleak here, you could just start praying, get all your kids back up, and then be able to try and like do what you can with your resources you have left. Yeah, freeze resistant Gygus.
always another thing to add on. Oh, okay, the commercial break.
47 damage Dragonite. So Gygus already has high fire resist, but now he has even more fire resist, and he's freeze resist too.
Yeah, that's not very fun to see. 47 damage Dragonite.
So this is the most insane Gygus that I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is actually.
He's just nuts. He's just resistant to everything. What do you mean? All right, bring us back. Where are we at? Phase 3 looks like so. Phase 3 only Pooh is. No, it's phase 2 still.
Can't tell.
It's just phase 2 background.
Okay, yeah, he's doing thunder strats.
It's the only thing that does damage.
Oh, getting that heal off, very low health.
Low on psychic plants, but he does have a brain food lunch.
True. He still has a lot of water. So really, we just need Gygus not to do this. What he's doing right now.
Yeah, what he's doing right now, it's really bad. It has a 1 in 4 chance to hit, and it's really lucky right now.
Meanwhile, Slug actually very healthy going into, not going into, but she's been on Diamond Dog phase for a while. And all kids are still alive here, so. Didn't get
but...
Go ahead, sorry.
He didn't get the glorious light that...
Yeah, oh, it's down!
Oh, he got through it!
The Diamond Dog is down for Attack Slug! I mean, that's a merit of its own, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, Temple's still looking pretty okay here, though. If they get to phase 3, they basically... I mean, I guess the Thunder is our thing to could be concerned about.
Yeah, he has no other revives, so he's pretty much... He needs to get through phase 2 here, and then I would assume he's pretty much going to try and leave enough... I mean, he's got a lot of psychic points, thank God.
Yeah, the brain food lunch is really clutch to have when this Pooh has this many stats.
All right, here we go.
Oh, phase 3.
Phase 3, pretty healthy. Just need to get a brain shock off, and just gotta hope he never double lightnings.
Yeah, double lightning would be basically.
His HP, he could probably still do.
And he's going for it. He's swinging.
Well, you can't brain shock turn 1, so you kind of just have to.
Yeah, because if you brain shock on phase 3 here,
it'll get wiped.
It gets wiped because phase 3 and phase 4, this next phase,
they're
technically different enemies. So.
But now he could, which he will, definitely. Takes 1 thunder. So we'll have to heal
one thunder
that up,
you can take
the brain shock. Yep. So hopefully we are cruising now. Slug now on floor 9 proper, exploring Moonside.
No, Temple will just probably keep